Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making chicken Alfredo, and that I am gonna share my ingredient for our recipe. We have our chicken right here, onion to make our chicken, blended tomato, we have paprika, salt, and of course our sazon seasoning. I also have broccoli, which will be cooked separately. I have my penny pasta right here, and I have my sauce here for chicken Alfredo. I have two different kinds or two different blends, but they are all the same. And of course, we have our oil right here. And with that, let's head to our stove and start making our Alfredo. So I have added some oil in my water, and I'm gonna add some salt. But for the oil, it's preference, you don't have to, but I've added because it helps the pasta not to be sticky. And I am gonna pour my pasta in my boiling water. I'm gonna use 2 packets because when I make this Alfredo, and on this pot I am gonna pour out my chicken. My chicken is over there, it's gonna cook on that pot and cooking here. And one thing I've discovered, or one way of making your chicken to be tasty and not flat, is putting half of my seasoning on my food or on my meat. So I am gonna add some of my paprika. I'm also gonna add half of my sazon, and I'm also gonna add some salt. So when you do like that, or when you add your seasonings in your meat, it makes the meat to cook with a taste in it. Like, it gives the meat the taste. It's not gonna be just empty meat or like flat meat. So our chicken will be cooking there, and we are gonna cover our chicken. So our chicken will be cooking there. We're gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes before we come and stir it. So our pasta is boiling there, and so we're gonna let it boil for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back. So for our broccoli, we are not gonna cook them, but we are gonna blanch them. So I'm gonna pour them in my bowl right there, and I have my hot water. It's boiling water, and I'm just gonna pour the water all over to cover my broccoli like so, and then I'm gonna cover and let it simmer or stay there for about 5 minutes, and our broccoli will be ready. So my pasta is still boiling here, and my chicken is still cooking here, and so we're gonna give it some minutes as we continue to cook. So it has been about 10 minutes and our pasta is ready. We don't want to overcook it, so make sure you just cook it for 10-12 minutes and it should be ready. You don't want to overcook it because you don't want to eat it like when it's kind of soggy. So our pasta is ready, and I am gonna strain it because I want to stop the process of cooking it. So our pasta is boiled. It has been boiling for the last 10 minutes. So it's ready and soft, and so we don't want to make it, or we don't want to overcook it. And so I am gonna turn off my stove and go ahead and strain it so that we can stop the process of cooking. So my strainer is in the sink. I'm gonna pour my pasta there because I want to stop the process of cooking, and so I'm gonna let it sit here in the sink as it dries out. So we're gonna go and check on how our chicken is doing. So our chicken is here, is doing good. It has been cooking for about now 15 minutes, and it's drying its water, but we want it to cook. We don't want to bring out chicken that is not cooked. So we're gonna give it another 5 minutes. It is doing good. We're gonna give it another 5 minutes before we add the onion and the tomatoes. So it has been 5 minutes, or over 5 minutes. We don't want our broccoli to change color, and as you can see, it looks cooked. And so we're gonna strain the water because we also wanna stop the process of cooking. So I am gonna pour out all the water right there. I'm gonna keep it aside as now we go and finish up with our chicken. So here is our chicken. We have dried out nicely, and make sure to check on your chicken because you don't want it to burn. So make sure you check on it. And so I am gonna pour it on my plate there because I wanna cook my onion separately. I prefer to cook it separately because I want my onion to cook all the way. I'm gonna add oil, not a lot of oil, just enough to cook our onion. So I find with this recipe of the Alfredo, the chicken is everything. So you want to make your chicken as flavorful as you can. And so I've added my onion. Of course, the more the onion, the more the flavorful it adds to your food. So my onion is over there. I'm gonna let it to cook. And cover as I wait for it to at least brown, if not cook all the way. So our onion is cooking here. There is a smell with the onion that is cooked. It smells so good. And so our onion, I think, is ready, though I would love to cook it more, but even that is enough. And so I'm gonna add my puree or my blended tomato. Also, I am gonna add the sazon that I like. I'm also gonna add paprika. I had added more. I'm not gonna add all of it. And remember, when you're doing seasoning, these are my preference, or the seasonings that I use or I prefer using. So you can use any kind of seasonings because you want to make your chicken as flavorful as it can be. This chicken right here, you can even eat it like that. It's so delicious. Yeah, it's so delicious. You can even eat it like that. So make sure when you're cooking your chicken, add your seasonings as you cook it, and then the half of the other seasoning you can add later. So we're gonna let our tomato and the seasoning cook for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna add our chicken. You want some mangoes?
No, thank you.
They are super delicious.
I'm good.
So our tomato, the mixture here is nicely done, and now we're gonna add our chicken. And because our chicken is already cooked, we're just gonna let it cook for 3 more minutes, and our food will be ready to be eaten. Remember, you put color to your preference. So I add paprika to add color to my food because I love colorful foods, or I prefer colorful foods. So our chicken is ready for a mixer. So we're gonna mix everything together now. I'm gonna pour my pasta in the bowl. I'm gonna add my chicken. One thing I love about a spatula is that it helps you to grab everything. Like, it's like cleaning a pot. It helps you to grab everything from a pot, so we are not losing anything. And then I'm gonna add my broccoli in there. Look at that. We have our chicken, that is our protein. We have our veggies, broccoli, and we have our pasta for carbohydrates. And you can add any other type of vegetables. Maybe you can add carrots into it to make it more colorful, and even to add more vegetables. You want to make it as creamy as it can. Remember, the secret to Alfredo is the Alfredo sauce. So yeah, we're gonna mix it up now. Gonna do a thorough mix up. So bear with me. I know most of the pastas is always like white, it's not as colorless like pasta, but we don't want to waste. Gonna put our spatula in there and get all the sauce out. Make sure you mix everything well so that you can have all the chicken and pasta. Guys, there you have it. Our chicken Alfredo is ready in about 45 minutes. It's a delicious meal with everything in it. It has carbohydrates, it has vegetables, which is our broccolis, it has a protein, which is our chicken, and it's a delicious meal that you will serve your family and they will enjoy it. So make sure you try it. It's very nice and very delicious. And until the next video, it's a bye bye.